Hello there, friends. We are talking about hope today. Let's get ourselves situated. Hello, friends. We are talking about hope today. We are live as we are usually every Wednesday, with some exceptions, of course. But we are live. We are back in Chicago. We have done a retreat in Norway. So there's a coming together kind of, it opens up a lot of energy, emotions, reflections, perceptions of life. And then we're moving along on this boat that we have set to sea, and that we're ready to sail off onto this sea of change. So we're talking about hope because in this world we kind of see hopelessness. We kind of see people, parents have hope a little bit when they have their kids, they're active, doing, making their lives, helping. So, but they also realize that they are hopeful or want to be hopeful about their future, of course. But in a way, they are stuck in a worry. And this worry is kind of a hopelessness, as we kind of don't know. And then in that not knowing and just seeing the world, the wars, the injustices, all these outer appearances, then it can seem like the world is never going to get there. It's never going to be a peaceful, beautiful paradise. So we kind of feel a sense of hopelessness. And yet, that is a choice where most of us are unaware that we are living in hopelessness, kind of constantly trying to fill ourselves with something to do, like a purpose or like an inspiration or an energy or something. We're searching for something. But we don't necessarily know the tools. We don't necessarily know how to engage with hopelessness, to move from hopelessness into hope. So that is what we're talking about. That is the journey. It's a realization, because we kind of are stuck in the mind. The mind wants control, and the mind wants freedom at the same time. Well, one side we can choose control, and then the other side we can choose freedom. Well, freedom seems like anarchy, so that sounds dangerous. And yet the heart, which is more feminine, is more chaos. So that chaos is freedom. That is the essence of freedom. And yet chaos can seem scary. Hence we have like to have control. That is where we have liked to organize societies out of control. But now with internet, with all this different connections, we literally have moved from the masculine, which is more control, to more the feminine, which is more chaos. Now, in that chaos, there is like you can see there's all these different communities online, on YouTube or wherever. You can literally want to focus on identifying however you want to, Christian, Muslim, transgender, chess, soccer, like any direction you want, you can go, and you can find a community online, and you can find like different connections in different countries. So now we're living in a kind of place where there's chaos, and yet that's why we see that from chaos we're still trying to create control. Chaos is like giving a birth to a little kid, and we see that they're so fragile. They're just like so, they can go anywhere and anything can happen to them. Just like the world, anything can happen. So we are wanting, it's easy to be like, I need control. I need to know how it's going to go. I need to know that the kid will be liked. I need to know that the kid will have friends. So that can be a parent's, like a mom's, of like running after friendships, running after all these aspects of friendships and of giving the person attention. That's a way of feeling love. So now we see like all these identities out there. We're seeking love because that's like the heart. It's chaos, but it's also love. And yet our mind easily becomes fearful of all this chaos. So then we're like, no, we need to control the environment. We need to control these countries. We need to control people's expression. So we kind of start to create hate speech. We try to create laws. We cancel people. So we get stuck in control. Well, control is kind of fearful in a sense. Fear-based. We want to control everything. So that is like kind of the naturalness of the heart, because people have kind of closed off their hearts when they were little. So feeling into the heart feels scary, and to be open in the heart is scary. So we kind of get sucked up into the mind and be like, no, we need to control this. And yet the chaos is here, the energy is here. So we start like all these communities are warring against each other. So then we try to force control. So then that becomes like what kind of the mind is. We live at war inside of ourselves. So in a way, the outer world very beautifully mirrors our internal side. Internally, we've always had this going on. 100 years or 1,000 years ago, we were still looking for control, wanting freedom, and then sometimes we got pushed into chaos, emotions, because they're there, but we don't know how to handle the emotions, or the chaos. So then we're like seeking control. How can we fix this? How can I do this? So then we're constantly like pushed up between the mind and the heart. We go up and down, masculine, feminine, going up and down. We don't know how to create balance. We don't understand that there's a flow for the heart, for the chaos. You have to dare to flow. You can't just control it. Control is like, yes, you can have certain things fixed. I have clothes. I have certain things. It's the mind, certain control. But to kind of engage with the heart, it's like a grown-up. You have to dare to have hope. You have to dare to kind of be a grown-up. You have to dare to flow with it. So then you have to dare to open yourself up. You have to hope, wish that it's going to be okay. You have to dare to have faith. That's when you open yourself. So people say, oh, well, I hope this is going to be good. Well, people talk about, I hope, I wish, I hope this war is going to go, that they're not hoping. They're just fearful. And they just want to like patch it up as soon as possible. Fix this war, fix it. Why are we talking? Why aren't we just fixing stuff? Yet the other side is there, to stay in the heart is to have hope, is there to open up and realize that there is hope in the world. There is a connection. From the heart connects to the body, to the energy of hope, to life. To live in life, you have to live in hope. So it's a different way of engaging. It requires more maturity. It requires the opposite of just fixing and running and controlling everything, which is the mind. The mind lives in fear. The heart, you have to literally dare to open up, even if the mind say, well, you might lose that friendship or you might lose. Yes, you can still have faith or open up to hope. And that's when the heart, you start to nourish it. And yet that could be painful because the heart is like a muscle. It hasn't been used. We're habitual beings. We're used to just closing it, shutting the emotions off, taking a pill, feeling better. So to start engaging with that muscle, to live from hope is to live majestically, to dare to live with peacefulness, with flow, dare to step into your being. That's the body being comes in. It is a choice that we are engaging with. So we are starting to see that in the chaos out there now, more than ever before, the outside is mirrored to the inside. And for you to flow in this, you have to dare to live from hope, with hope. This is your superpower. So you can see like whatever person, whoever out there have any education, and the psychologist, like, doctor, lawyer, like anyone can fall apart because that's just the mind learning. They're not living from the heart. They're not living embodied, body being out into the world. So now as we are in our little universe, your own body is chaos. So we have to dare to choose this because we also need the mind to say, oh, I dare to live with my body. I dare to have hope for my body. I dare. And then when you have hope, you realize that you actually love your body. You can still look at it. Oh, it looks fat, it looks thin, it looks too big, too small. But that's just the mind. It's just always, it's like a quack, it's like a duck. Quack, 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 quack. And still we, sometimes in the middle of the night you can wake up with the mind just running, creating all these ideas and mirror, like all these different ideas of how the life can go. Done. I'm going to lose all my friends. Everything is done. That is kind of the meditation of allowing it. When you just allow the mind, that it comes back into the heart, into hope, then you realize that hope is forgiveness, truly, in a way. When you start opening it up, to be open, to be naked, vulnerable, is kind of to live at ease with your surroundings. You can see them. There are seemingly dangers everywhere. And yet, hope is to open up beyond. That's like literally where we're going now, next retreat in March. I think it's the 17th to 19th, but online mostly. But we're going beyond the veil. Beyond the veil, you know, our heart is closed and our mind can only see that much. It's like a veil. Hope is where you connect with that beyond the veil. You have to dare to reach out beyond. So we're starting to step out the ship, the horizon. We have to dare to go beyond the horizon, beyond the veil. So that's where we're going. That's the next retreat, and that's an intention. So here, to really open up the body being, to open up the spirit, is to live from intention, from hope. Intention, hope is an intention. Faith is an intention. The intention is driving you and has always driven you. And yet, when we just look at it with the mind, everything looks descriptions, and then it looks like the outside is running you instead of your inner guidance. Your spiritual guidance is driving the boat forward. Unless you have the anchors down, two on each side, cut the sail, I'm not moving. I'm hunkering down. I'm rowing out to get some food, fishing. I'm staying put. This seems like a peaceful place to be. There's not so much current. It's pretty warm year round, not too much weather. Until the energy shifts, the chaos comes in, and then suddenly it's raining and it's like cold, it snows there, and there's like a tsunami. And then you realize that you have to keep moving. So the boat is meant to keep moving. So then you have to open up to the hope, looking into the hopelessness, and we're actually looking out. It is a sense of being, sense. We're using ourselves in a different way. So, so we're doing. Yes. So if you have listened on this far, it's good. And if you are new, like, you could like, subscribe, follow me on YouTube or Instagram, wherever. We are usually doing a second part. If you want to continue, we're doing a second part of these Wednesdays of Ease, where we kind of close our eyes, kind of get situated, kind of sit down, and we kind of just like putting the energy into the body, into ease. It's also allowing it to kind of settle into you. Everything you think, everything you do, there's a choice, and you can allow your body to open, allow the body to integrate the chaos, which is the energy around you, inside of you, the spiritual connection of you. And just allow it to come in, just like a breath. It just kind of open to that gift. And you can close your eyes or just gaze out into the distance, out the window, or into the room, to the space. And then you might suddenly feel a little bit more into the body. You might feel a little stiffness in your pelvis or in your butt or in your toes, in your legs. Just kind of like let yourself get a little heavy. And it's almost like your whole body kind of sinks into your butt, kind of sinks down, roots down into the earth. And then the shoulders drops a little bit more. You're shaking them a little bit, just kind of your elbows is getting a little heavy, your arms a little heavy. As you're kind of receiving this contemplative state, this ease, the ease of life, which I talk about. If you haven't seen it, you can see in previous talks. Anyway, it kind of comes up again, just like the breath expands into you. Yeah, then it kind of comes up like a yawn, just up into your body again, up into your chest, up into your head. And out, releasing, releasing, relaxing. So, yes, you can open your eyes again, shake out your legs, arms, feet. We are back in Chicago. It's been a joyous journey to Norway and back. We had a beautiful, open, empty ship or airplane. It was like huge. It's the biggest one we've had now flying. So it was fun. You're like setting sails. We stepped on the ship. So we will continue, and I will continue having these Wednesday SOEs, and we will start building up an energy towards the next retreat and bringing in, looking at it from different sides. That's what we're kind of bringing you into, a connection with this body being. Yes. And yeah, if you're new here, just follow, subscribe, look at my Instagram or my website or my YouTube, and DM me if you have any questions. Maybe I'll include it here. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a beautiful day, guys.